Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Shahid Akhtar and now I'm going to give a brief presentation on the topic trial balance. Um, Before stepping into the term trial balance, one should know regarding the accounting cycle. The accounting cycle has got several steps. The first one is the journalization of the transactions. Then these transactions are posted under the ledger accounts which are then transferred to the trial balance. So in this slide, I'm going to mainly, in this presentation, I'm going to mainly focus on the term, on the third step, which is the preparation of the trial balance. So let's move on to the term trial balance. Trial balance is a list of accounts and their balances at a given time. It proves the mathematical equality of debits and credits after the posting is done. Also, it is useful in the preparation of the financial statements. So once the transactions have been done in the general journals, they are then posted in the under the ledger accounts, which are then transferred to the trial balance. So the companies can directly prepare the financial statements from the adjusted trial balance. What one should always remember is trial balance is a statement. It is not an account. Many of us have a misconception regarding it. Now comes the objectives or goals behind the preparation of the trial balance. The first one is to check the arithmetical accuracy. As per the double entry system, the trial balance has got two sides. One is the debit side and the other one is the credit side. Um, at the end of the preparation of the trial balance, if the debit column, the debit balance and the credit balance has got the same value, that means your trial balance is arithmetically accurate. And if the opposite occurs, that means there surely has been got some inaccuracy. So in that case, the accountant must always provide a check on the arithmetical accuracy once the posting is done. The next goal is it not only helps to check if the arithmetical accuracy has been maintained or not. If there is any inaccuracy, you can locate, that means you can find out where the error exactly has taken place. Thirdly is to summarize the financial transactions. As I have mentioned earlier, the companies can directly prepare the financial statements from the adjusted trial balance, so you can say that it is a summarized version of the financial transactions. Last but then not the least, to provide the basis for preparing final accounts, after at the end of the trial balance, by analyzing the debit balance and the credit balance, one gets to know about the profit loss or the financial position of the business. Now comes the rules of trial balance. Like the double entry system, it has got two sides. One is the debit side and the other one is the credit side. The debit side comprises of the assets, expenses and losses, whereas the credit side comprises of the liabilities, incomes and gains. The accountant simply needs to know what should be placed in that side by identifying the type of account. Now comes the limitations or the disadvantages or drawbacks behind the preparation of the trial balance. The first one is the omission of entry in daybook or subsidiary books. Sometimes the accountant misses posting of the entry. So your trial balance does not give you a true picture of the transactions that have taken place because the omission does not reflect in the trial balance. So at the end of the trial balance, your trial balance may not tally. That means the debit side may not be equal to that of the credit side. Then comes the wrong posting to account. This occurs when the accountant makes the entry under wrong account, even though the side is correct, be it credit or debit. Then comes the wrong amount entered. This takes place when the accountant posts it under the correct account, but the amount entered is a wrong one. Then comes the error of principal. This happens when the accountant does not properly allocate the ledger head while posting. Last but not the least, the error of compensation occurs the when the accountant makes excess of debit entry or excess of credit entry and neutralizing the same amount by making excess of credit entry or excess of debit entry respectively in the same account or in other account. Such error is recognized as error of compensation. So if an accountant makes any of these mistakes, or if the trial balance falls under any of these limitations, the accountant must go through the trial balance once again. So in that case, you should follow the accounting cycle. Like firstly, you should see if the journal entries have been correctly entered or not, and the posting has been done in the ledger account or not. If this is completed, then you get the true picture of your trial balance. Now let's move on to a practical problem of trial balance. Before I step into the solution, I would like to give you a action plan. That is, the first step is just find out the normal balances and then order it, means list it out according to which they appear in the ledger accounts. Then if it is a debit balance, place it in the left column. If credit, then place it in the right column. Then total the debit column and the right column to prove the equality. This is what one should follow while preparing the trial balance. Now coming to this practical problem, here we have got some accounts that have been taken from the ledger of the Snowgo company. Okay, the first one is the cash account. The cash account is an asset account because we know cash has the capability of providing future benefits, and as asset increases, it's a debit, so we have placed it in the left column. Accounts receivable, prepared insurance, and equipment is all the same. All these are assets, so we have placed it under the debit column. Notes payable is a liability, and as we know, if liability increases, it's a credit. Accounts payable, salaries, and wages payable are all the same, so we have placed it in the credit column. Then comes owner's capital. Owner's capital is a liability because it's the owner's investment in the business, so we have placed it in the credit column. Then comes owner's drawing. Owner's drawing is a loss because it's a decrease in the owner's equity, so we have placed it in the debit column. Service revenue is a income, is an income, so it's a credit, so we have placed it in the credit column. All the expenses are debits, and we have thus placed them under the debit column. Now after the summation of the debit column, we get a value, and after the summation of the credit column, we get a value. Both the values are same, so we have proved the equality. Our trial balance is arithmetically accurate. uh, this is it. I hope this video has helped you, and you have got a clear concept regarding trial balance. Still, I would like to suggest you all to go through a few more practical problems regarding trial balance, so that your fundamental basics regarding this topic grows stronger. This is it. Thank you.